Algernon's October with the check-in on Hip Hop United. Everyone we've had the pleasure with speaking with here at the check-in has been extraordinary. But our next guest is pure magic. He's a magnificent showman who has masterfully blended illusion with fellowship. In a world that's in a constant state of chaos and confusion, he's one of those special people that can create moments of joy that help ease the stress from this thing we call life. My brother C Magic's in the building. How you doing, sir?
I am doing well. It is a pleasure, Al, to be here, man. When you told me to come in, I was doing backflips.
Listen, it is absolutely a pleasure to have you again. And I say again because if everyone doesn't know, C Magic came to my house and was the entertainment for my 50th birthday celebration. And boy, did he tear it down. And since he's been in the iHeartRadio studios here, he is already making new friends, doing magic. So it's just great to be here. It's great to see you do what you do up front. And it's great to kind of talk to you. So let's jump in, man.
Sure.
Tell me about your journey to becoming a magician. What drew you to it? How did all this start?
Wow. Well, the bug really bit me when I was in the Navy back in mid-'80s. So I'm going back some years.
Okay.
And I had a shipmate just wrecked my brains with a card trick. When I say obliterated me, I caught a headache. So I literally begged, pleaded, and wore him down to learn that trick. After about 2 weeks, it was cost me $20, pack of cigarettes, a Pepsi Cola, and I had to wait till everyone went to bed before he would show me that magic trick. And when he did, it has stayed with me for almost 40 years, my brother. It wasn't until I retired from the fire department and moved to Chicago. That's when I dove back into the magic world, looking to do just, something to take the boring time away that I had on my hands.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I went into the magic trick store and learned something new at that time, but also met my then mentor. And he gave me his card. He said, yeah, man, let's connect. Won't cost you anything. So now when when I looked at him initially, I'm like, okay, I know I'm in Chicago, but he looking like a broke down pimp with what he had on. This suit with smiley faces all over it, this bright smiley face tie. I'm like, who is this cat? Talking about he'll teach me for free. Don't nobody do anything for free.
Yeah.
Well, lo and behold, a few weeks later, we connected, and up until this day, we're still tight. And this was back in 2015 when I started. 2016, I entered into my first contest, the SAM Magician Magic Competition, and I didn't win first, second, or third. We'll talk about that though. But I did win People's Choice Award, and for me, that's more prestigious than first, second, and third.
Yeah.
Reason being, it's not my peers who voted for me; it's the people.
Right.
And that meant a lot. And from there, I've won several awards since. I'm getting ready to go to California in August for another contest or competition. I'm currently in a competition called FISM, which is the best of the best. So they just opened it up for online video award, their first one. And I entered that. And they're basing it on how many likes you get from your video that you entered, which had to be less than 1.5 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm entered into that. I'm waiting for August to go to California and hopefully bring back an award. I'm hyped up. This man, after closing the door, semi-closing the door with firefighting. I fought fires for 23 years in Pennsylvania, but I've now meshed uh, firefighting with the magic, and I do a fire safety awareness magic program, not just for children, but also for adults. So I teach everyone about fire safety and use my magic props to help. And I love it. I love it. This is what I do, man. You know, when I can be innovative and think of different things that no magician is really doing, that sets me apart from others.
Absolutely. So you mentioned earlier, about your mentor kind of taking time to show you tricks and things. That was
Yes.
one of the questions I was going to ask. Like, is there really a code, between magicians that says, hey, we don't share our tricks, we don't share our secrets, and if so, how important is it for you to adhere to that?
Very important. The only time that I will show someone something is if they want to learn wholeheartedly. Okay, that's the only time we will break that code of silence, if you will. And because we have to share the legacy to somebody who wants to really take it on. However, and I say, however, there are those who have now uh, come up, but have then decided to go down another path and disclose the information that they've learned.
Mhm.
And sadly, that puts a bad taste in some of our mouths because now what they're doing, they're gaining more notoriety, but for a different reason.
Right.
You know, case in point, you may have somebody do a magic trick. Then you got somebody in the back of them that'll come up and say, oh, I see how you're doing it. And then they'll show how it's done. That's not what we do.
Yeah.
We love our craft. I love my craft. And, I'm always excited to learn something. For people to say, you can, how can I put it? You in magic, you're always learning something new. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how experienced you are. There's always something new and innovative that's coming out.
Yeah.
That's going to pique your interest, and you want to know how it's done. And you're going to try to pay to find the secret and learn it and utilize it to make people smile and be in awe. And that's what it's about. I've opened a new door uh, to life. It brings me joy. Even when I'm down, it brings me joy. I could be upset about something, but when I start doing magic, all of that disappears.
Why does it bring you so much joy to do magic for people?
They may be having a worse day than I am. I may find somebody, I may be doing some close up magic at a table, and I can look over and see someone's upset, and I'll go and they'll be like, no, no, I don't want to see that. But yet they're watching, and after a while, it breaks that wall down, and they'll be like, hey, show me something. And now, once I'm done, if I could put a smile on that person's face, I've done my job. I've done magic shows at CHOA, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and for almost 2 years. And to see what those children and their families are going through, it brings my heart joy when I can go there once a month when I was going and see a smile or have them come up and assist me. That makes me happy, man. Because, like I said, 23 years of firefighting, I've seen a lot of devastation. I've seen a lot of deaths, destruction. Now, God has given me something to bring smiles and it's great. Yeah, that's all I can say, man. I'm happy.
And you are correct because you definitely don't know what someone's going through. I'm going to give you an example, something you did not know. As I mentioned earlier, you did my 50th birthday party
Yes.
celebration. You were the main act. We pretty much gave you the floor to do that. We had never done anything like that before, but something you did not know, my mother was supposed to be in attendance and was not able to make it because my grandmother had fallen ill and was not doing very well. 4 days later, she passed.
I'm sorry.
So thank you. And what you did not know is that when you were there, I wasn't in the greatest state of mind. I was very emotional. Obviously, it was a lot going on. I was turning 50. My grandmother wasn't in great health or whatever. It's just like two things that were kind of against each other. It's like I'm happy to have a milestone. I'm happy to be here, but I'm about to lose one of my pillars, someone
Yes.
who helped raise me,
Yes.
someone who I care deeply, deeply for. And you coming there and performing your tricks and bringing all your magic, your energy, Lady V, your music,
Yes.
your props, staying afterwards, it brought me so much joy and eased so much of my mind. Even if just for that 1 or 2 hours that
Yes,
we were
sir.
all together, you made me kind of escape for a moment from thinking about that. And though I wished everybody was there and could see it, but I just wanted you to know you didn't know that I was one of those people that, in addition to being the birthday boy, I was going through some things.
Yes, sir.
And you helped ease that.
Yes,
and
sir.
so I wanted to also interview you so I could tell you in person, in front of the world, thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. It was my pleasure. It's my pleasure. As you can tell, I'm excited. I'm just excited. This is I don't know why this skill in particular I've gravitated to, and I've taken it to another level. I keep elevating and elevating no matter what the naysayers. Starting out is funny. Starting out, when word got back to some of my family members and ex co-workers at the fire department. Oh! What? He's trying to be the black David Copperfield. It was a joke to them.
Mm-hmm.
But now, those haters and naysayers, you got to have those in your life, people.
Absolutely.
You need your haters and your naysayers, because if you don't have them, then you're doing something wrong. I got to say that. They're the ones that keep you going to strive to be better than what you are right now.
Absolutely.
So with that, those that ha ha he he ho hoed are now FOLLOWING, following me, and liking what I do. And I love that. I love that. If I could change somebody's attitude and make them see a difference in what I'm doing now, hey man, we on the come up.
Absolutely.
We want to come up. Yes.
Absolutely. What is the life of a magician like? Like, do you have to constantly kind of come up with new tricks or, master whatever you have? Like, what is the life of a magician like? What is that like?
Whew. It can be hard, especially being African American. Okay. As I was saying about the haters and naysayers, they're out there, and some of our worst are our own.
Yeah.
They continually, if you're not in their circle, you have a bunch of gatekeepers, okay, that will keep you out of performing. And I'm one, even when I was in the military as well as in the fire department, I'm that type of person that will speak out against injustices. Don't mistreat me or anyone, okay, and think you're going to get away with it. I'm going to speak my mind, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So in the magic world, when I was in Chicago, living there for a few years, I noticed an inconsistency with the magicians of color not being able to perform in certain venues, and being told one thing, but yet they did something else to keep us out. So when I spoke about it, I put a frown on quite a few people's faces, and more or less, if you want to say I blackballed myself, fine, I'll be a martyr for the cause as long as I can get one or two brothers or sisters in. If I can crack the door, I'm going to put my foot in it to keep it open. And that's what it's about. My life as a magician, it's great. It's great. Like I said, sometimes it gets a little bitter. When I initially started, I was getting ready to give it up a few times uh, because the shows weren't coming in. And yeah, you do have to be patient. It's like acting. You have to be patient. You're not going to get that uh, overnight success.
Right.
So, in being patient, being uh, steadfast in my belief with the Almighty, things come to those who wait, and they have, and they still are. When I don't expect it, that's when it comes. Uh, I had a I had people, would tell me, "Oh, you're still a baby in this. You're still a baby." That's fine. But understand one thing. I may be a baby in magic, but I'm not a baby when it comes to business. I've had several businesses,
Mm.
and you have to be business minded, as you know, to get ahead in life.
Yep.
Because if not, you're going to be lost in the sauce somewhere, and you're going to have people walking all over you. You have to have a business savvy about you. You have to look and learn the trade. Yes, every day is a new adventure. There's always a constant showcase of magic coming out, something that will peak. But one thing that I've learned, I have to pick and choose what will fit me as a magician, not because I like it, but because I can use it to make people enjoy it. You know,
Gotcha.
um, living here in Georgia and being surrounded by quite a few magicians that are of the other persuasion, I've met some friends, but then again, I can tell I've met those who tend to be jealous of what I do and how I do it. And those jealous moments almost caused me to quit because they shut me down from posting on their site. And that's what I thought, being a part of social media was. You showcase your work.
Right.
Well, they started saying I was boasting. You're posting too much. I'm posting too much. Well, isn't this where you post what you're doing and where you're going to be?
Right.
So what I did, I started my own page, and now I want my fellow brothers and sisters who are in the magic world to post their material, what you're doing, where you're going to be, have how can I put it? I just don't want you to. I want you to have be relevant and also give instruction. Now, giving instruction doesn't mean blasting
Right.
someone, and I've had that happen where I literally, unfortunately, had to uh, tell a person they can no longer be a part of our group. I feel as though if you want to blast someone and put their business and your business out there, you do it discreetly, meaning DM that person, direct message them, talk to them.
Yeah.
Don't shun them in front of their peers, where, oh, well, no, this is not, we're not crabs in the barrel.
Yeah. Positivity only.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our hands are extended and lifting upward.
Yeah.
And that's where we need to be going, upward, not down.
No, I got you. I got you. Before you bless us with a few
Yes,
little
sir.
tricks here, sir, one last question
Sure.
here. If someone wants to follow in your footsteps, what advice would you give to them?
If someone would like to follow in my footsteps, I implore them to follow their mind. Uh, read about magic, get some books, watch some videos, find someone that will, like myself, that will extend a hand to help them learn and be genuine. Don't get in it just to think you're gonna make quick and easy money, because you're not. Get in it. Hey, I'm here to help. I'm here to teach. I'm even thinking about opening possibly a summer camp for children, to
Nice.
teach them easy tricks throughout. And once they progress, if they're still interested, come on, man, we can work on some other things. You can be my understudy and come up like I came up. I'll be more than happy. Even right now, I have a mentor, and he lives in Portugal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
We global, baby.
Once every few weeks now, we collectively talk on or through what is that? Facebook, or we'll Zoom and do a conference. He helped elevate me with my latest act called Clarence Henri, the Magical Musketeer. And I have to say it like that with the French dialect, because it's about um, the Three Musketeers, loosely based on them, and the author of the Three Musketeers, Alexander Dumas. And I explain how he and I have something in common. Alexander Dumas and I. Do you know what it is?
You tell me, sir.
We are both of mixed races.
Mm.
So I use that as, wow, okay. And it opens up their mind now to where I'm leading them down the path of, when the Three Musketeers weren't out musketeering, where can you find them? Oh, in their local tavern. And from there, I go into the magic.
Nice.
Yes.
Tell everybody where you're going to be performing next and give them all your socials so they can keep up with your wizardry, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I, as of right now, all of my shows are private engagements.
Okay.
I'm looking to do some public events this year, as we already talked about. One, hopefully being at the Plaza Theater coming up sometime this year, will be called Music, Magic, and Mystery. I will be performing two different types of magic. One is sea magic, and then I will have and someone else come on and perform, while I then change and then transition into the Magical Musketeer to finish the show.
Sounds fantastic.
So that's going to be later this year, with a cool, hopefully a cool MC. Yes, yes,
Hey,
Mr. Al.
hey, we'll see. We'll see, sir.
And but I'm looking forward to doing some other things with other businesses and people. If they want to follow me, by all means, they can go to my website, which is the letter C, Magic, Magic, Happen, HAPPEN.com. And with that, you can also follow me on Instagram, YouTube. My Facebook is C Magic Happen 123. So just on Facebook, add the 123 at the end, and you got me.
All right, man. Well, listen, it is always a pleasure to see you. Again,
Yes, sir.
I've been looking forward to having you here, hanging out with us for quite a while. We appreciate all the joy you bring to the world. I love your tricks. I love your illusions. I don't know how you do them, and I'd love to know, but I know you're not going to tell me based upon the code. But either way, I'm always looking forward to seeing more. I wish you nothing but continued success.
I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you one trick. After the show is over, I'm gonna teach you one, and you'll be able to use it the rest of your life. And the props are free. The props you can get for free.
All right,
Okay.
we're gonna stop it there. I
Very well.
appreciate you, sir. I do. For everybody else that's listening, make sure you subscribe to Hip Hop United on the iHeartRadio app to hear more great interviews like this. Make sure you select Hip Hop United. Put us in the presets. We appreciate all the support. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. See Magic. Let's go.